A sled plummeted from high above. The next second, its impact triggered an avalanche of snow on the edge of a deep crevasse, sending snow plunging into the seemingly bottomless fissure below. Meanwhile, a man dangled precariously from a safety line. He yelled up to his companions above to pull him up, but the howling blizzard drowned out his cries. His companions, unable to hear, kept lowering more rope. The man scrambled desperately to climb. Suddenly, his hands slipped. The violent jerk on the rope sent the heavier man on the cable car stumbling, and the railing anchoring the rope snapped under the strain. Luckily, a woman managed to grab the line just in time. Now, both men were left dangling on the single rope, unable to ascend or descend, their lives depending entirely on the woman above, struggling to hold their combined weight. The first man shifted his weight, trying to find purchase to climb. The heavier man looked up and saw the woman straining, clearly about to lose her grip. The desperate, darker side of his nature took over. He pulled out a small knife and began frantically sawing at the rope above the other man. The first man plummeted into the abyss. Clutching the knife, the heavier man scrambled back into the relative safety of the cable car. Just then, the first man's girlfriend regained consciousness. Seeing the knife in the heavier man's hand, the terrible truth dawned on her. She pulled out her own knife, pointing it accusingly at him, but he quickly lied, claiming the rope had simply snapped. He added that the snow below was soft. Maybe the other guy survived. The other woman tried to de-escalate, urging the girlfriend to put the knife down, but the girlfriend was already unsteady on her feet. It turned out that as the first man fell, a dislodged piece of metal debris had struck her hard in the thigh. Looking at the profusely bleeding wound, the other woman knew the girlfriend wouldn't survive long in these freezing conditions. The heavier man watched this unfold. In just a few short minutes, two companions were dead or dying. Even his cold calculation couldn't completely numb a flicker of guilt. But then, the roar of a helicopter broke through the storm. Rescue! Realizing salvation was near, the heavier man quickly set up a small ladder and climbed out through the cable car's roof hatch. He yelled excitedly, waving his arms frantically, trying to attract the pilot's attention, but they were too far away. The helicopter showed no sign of spotting them. He knew they needed something highly visible. He yelled down to the woman inside to bring up the signal flare, but she was busy trying to bandage the injured girlfriend's leg. She called back, "Coming!" but didn't stop tending to the wound. Watching the helicopter recede into the distance, the man waved more desperately, yelling at her to hurry. Hearing the growing panic in his voice, the woman finally grabbed the flare and scrambled up the ladder onto the roof. With no time to spare, she ignited the flare, holding it high and yelling along with the man. But it was too late. The helicopter was already a distant speck, disappearing over the horizon. The two stood frozen on the roof, despair washing over them. They had missed their only chance of rescue. The cruel twist of fate was almost unbearable. The man turned, glaring venomously at the woman. If it wasn't for her slowness, he snarled, they'd both be safe by now. Maybe even the injured girl below could have been saved. Consumed by rage, he shoved her hard, venting all his frustration and fury on her. But then, the unexpected happened. When he tried to get back inside the cable car, he found the hatch door, jarred by the impact of his shove, was now stuck fast. He couldn't budge it, no matter how hard he pulled. The gravity of their situation hit them both. Exposed on the roof in the plummeting temperatures, they wouldn't last long. Just then, the man's gaze fell upon the woman's chest, specifically around her neck. Hanging there was the key to the cable car's main exterior door. Instantly, a ruthless idea formed in his desperate mind.